DDG and Halle Bailey. Now, yesterday, we went over this, and I was telling you about all of the evidence that Halle had submitted to the courts. Well, the courts have now responded. Okay. She has been granted the temporary order, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to see exactly what it is that was granted to her in this order. And it says, to the person in line 2, which would be DDG, the judge has granted temporary orders. Okay, if you do not obey these orders, you can be charged with a crime, go to jail or prison, and or pay a fine. It is a felony to take or hide a child in violation of this order. So they're letting him know straight off the rip, like, you cannot take the child at all. The protective order is also for baby Halo. So not only is it for Halle, it's also for baby Halo as well. Let's get into this. What else has he been granted? Okay. Granted as follows: you must not do the following things to the person in line 1, which would be Halle, which is harass, attack, strike, threaten, assault, actually or otherwise, hit, follow, stalk, unwantedly touch, destroy personal property, keep up surveillance, impersonate on the internet electronically or otherwise, can impersonate her, block movements, annoy by phone or other electronic means, included repeated contact, or disturb the peace. Disturb the peace means to destroy someone's mental or emotional calm. This can be done directly or indirectly, such as through someone else, meaning all his friends, because we're going to get into that. All his friends have taken to live. Deshae, Baby Rich, and even his brother have all gone on live, and they've given their accounts of how, Baby Rich was saying, oh, I watched Halle put hands on him. And, they're all trying to stand up for him. But you're making it worse because y'all are disturbing her peace. And guess what? That can come back on him. Now, if y'all remember yesterday, I was telling y'all, like, look, friends, family, this is the time, like, they better stand down, because anything that is said and done can and will be used against you in a court of law when there is a restraining order. I was trying to warn him of that. Let's see who has some of the content that I'm looking for, because I'm looking for not just Baby Rich. Okay, so let's go here and let's hear some of the things that were said. Here is Deshae.
If you want to ask me, I think Halle's part of the Illuminati. Real shit. You ask me? If you ask me, bro, real shit. So I'm just saying all this shit, bro. Like, that's just not cool, bro. Real shit. And that's what I'm saying. DD didn't sell his soul, so now they're trying to get him. I don't care, bro. I know Jay-Z gonna be on my ass after this, and Beyonce. But I don't give a fuck, bro. If the CIA niggas come to my door, then they come knocking on my fucking door. It is what it is, bro. I'm DDG squad, bro.
It's all fun and games until somebody actually knocks on your door.
Real shit. They coming for me. It is what it is. I don't even think none of this shit is even fucking true. This shit is. If you want to ask me, I think. Shit. What the fuck? Oh, they're coming to get me. I told you I spoke too much. Rock Nation coming to get me.
You know you crashed off the chain.
For real.
This nigga got the fucking ambulance outside, nigga.
No, real shit. They coming to get me, bro. It's over.
No. So you hear Deshae making his accusation.
Crazy, bro. D has always held his tongue the whole time. Bro, they've been through so much shit, bro. Real shit.
I'm not taking sides. All I'm stating is what we already know to be true. And what I know to be true is he has not held his tongue. We have seen DDG speak about things. And, Deshae, you have your own scandal that you're just getting over. So you really, really should not be involving yourself in this. Just my advice. But his friends, we just read the order. I'm not done. Let's finish listening to what he had to say. Shout out to
real shit.
IG.
Nigga. The Diddy used to tell me, nigga, she used to smack the shit out of him on the bed. He chilling. She smacking the shit out of him. Real shit. Bow, you sitting in his bed. Bow. Like, real shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Real shit. Like, I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, he not gonna talk or whatever the fuck he wanna say. Whatever, bro. He can say whatever he wanna, or you're not gonna say, but I'm not gonna let people think that my dog is some fucking abuser or some shit, bro. Hell nah. Hell nah, I'm not gonna let no people think my dog an abuser or some shit, bro. Nigga is not no fucking abuser. This nigga do not be putting his hands on women or trying to do that type of shit, bro. Bro, never. Crazy, bro. D has always held his tongue though. Like bringing his son onto Kai's stream. I've literally had a talk with Didi when he's on the way, bro. And this nigga, like, the thing about Halle, bro, is that she can ruin this nigga's whole mood, bro, with a text, with a tweet. And I don't like seeing my dog down, sad about any of that shit, bro, at all. And it's like, as soon as he's trying to like get in flourishing and doing great, doing good, the devil, not saying she's the devil, but I'm saying the devil comes in and tries to do some shit.
So this is what Deshae had to say, but he is not the only friend that spoke out, because Baby Rich also spoke out too. And he's also got a narrative that he's putting out there as well.
Halle was beating the fuck out of this. I'm talking about swinging on it. I'm talking about piecing this up. Ha, 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 ha. You feel me? So, are you just gonna sit there and just hands behind your back? No. Like, what are you gonna do? Stop. Hey. Stop. Hey, stop. Stop. Restrain them. Hey, stop.
Now, that's what some men do, but some men don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
You know what I'm saying? Stop. So, and realistically, bro, and honestly, like, you really can't even prove. You really can't even prove that. That is, Halle was beating the fuck out of this from him. Like, that could be from anything. That could be a rash she has. But, like, let's just say it is, right? Let's just say.
Now, that's far from a rash, but that's what his friends have had to say. Now, I did happen to also catch, I forgot where I saw this at. His brother spoke out as well. And his brother was saying how basically his brother's going through a similar situation himself with his baby moms, where she put out something out there about him. It wasn't on Hollywood Unlocked. Who was it? I wish they would show you what you liked, like, because I know they used to show you what you like on I got it in my phone. They used to show you what you like on IG. Like, there used to be a tab where your likes were there too. I don't know where that went to. So if you know, somebody tell me down in the comment section where that went to. But I do have it in one of these phones. His brother spoke out as well, and I didn't get a chance to post it before I went live. It was Hollywood Unlocked. I was correct. So let me go over there. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. And let's hear what his brother had to say. And then we're going to get back to the restraining order, and we're going to continue to read. So this is from Hollywood Unlocked, and let's hear what his brother said.
No.
Okay,
No, just still trying.
First of all, DDG went live last night. Let me say this. He went live last night and did a stream. During that stream, he ended it early because he just was not in the mood for any of the streaming with everything that was going on. And that's kind of understandable. I mean, at the end of the day, there is this domestic piece that is now being brought to the forefront. But in the middle of all of this is still baby Halo, who has a bond in a relationship with not just his mom, but his father as well, which is very evident when we do see him on stream with Halo. We don't know what the behind the scenes goings on are. She's saying that he's not active. He's only active when he wants to be, and he won't follow a schedule, and she wants a schedule. And that's been her whole thing, is to organize a schedule, right? But then between the two of them, they have this stuff going on. And there was a comment that was made by Avid, which was very, very much on point, where they're saying these are two emotionally immature people trying to navigate through parenting, and they're now trying to navigate through parenting as individuals. But violence is never okay, no matter who is giving the violence, who is doing the violence. It's never okay. But this was DDG yesterday, before he ended his
trying to like understand. You know, I'm just trying to get it. I don't know, but yeah. I don't have my mic. I mean, I could plug my mic in, but I'm telling you, like, I really just, I don't want to miss no days streaming. I thought about not streaming, but I'm like, nah, I can't do what the fuck I always tell everybody else. I always tell people to work through whatever they going through, and then I was gonna sit here and not, but you know, I'm just still in this hotel chilling and shit.
Now, DDG, his energy is very low. The thing is, you could tell that he wants to talk about it, but he can't talk about it, because that's one of the things that Haley has requested, that he not be allowed to talk about her or the baby on his streams. So now he's a little down in energy. He's being told, you know, basically like, look, a judge is about to, you know, decide what the fate is of you and your child's relationship. This is somebody who is on the outside now, that has to come in, that now has to navigate you guys through this whole parenting situation. Yeah. So
it's crazy to say,
but this is his brother Dub, and Dub had a few things to say, and then we're gonna discuss. Okay,
but to be honest, this nigga has never been able to just get Halo. So now it's virtually impossible for him to get Halo. What I'm saying on these things is,
it's not impossible for him to get his son if he's going to organize it, because that's what she's saying. Now, if he's organizing the business and then she's not following through, then that becomes something different. But popping up saying, I want my son, if that be the case, allegedly that's the case. We don't know. We're not there, so we don't know what really happened. Oh, I have it scrolling across the bottom that this is a throwback. My bad. That was from last night. All right, so let's put this back up where it goes. All right. So she's alleging that he's just popping up whenever. And I'm sorry, even in the best of relationships with a child's father, child's mother, popping up and just taking the child is not always okay. Kids need structure. I talked about this last night, but let's let Dub finish.
Is that my brother was pleading to y'all. He was saying it in so many words, like, damn, I miss my son. And when my brother would call and tell me, like, man, I miss Halo, or he'd see me with woo up, he'd be like, damn, can't wait to get Halo. And that's off the
And if you know who Woo Wop is, that's Dub's son.
Internet. Man, y'all niggas, I'm being honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest, and this gonna hurt my heart to say, and it's literally making me like hella emotional. Bro, that's why my brother streams, bro. That's why my brother streams, because he can't see Halo how he want to, bro. That's why y'all see my brother on stream until he goes to sleep. And this shit kind of like low-key fucking the nigga up, bro. It's crazy to say, but to be honest, I remember. Nigga, I remember the baby shower. Nigga, I remember everything, bro. And because them niggas' relationship ain't work, bro, that is why my brother can't be a dad. Do you think that my fucking brother, would hit a fucking movie star? Do you think that my brother would beat a fucking movie star? Are y'all fucking serious? If they called the police, they're going on the way. Come on, bro. Do you think that Halle would hit my brother? This popular ass nigga? Do you think that they could be hitting each other, bro? No, bro. Fuck all of that, bro. At the end of the day, baby mamas and baby daddies, that shit, it don't matter, bro. It's the kid, nigga. Y'all niggas supposed to argue on text messages, fight online, and when that kid here, come get your kid. I remember.
Now he did also go into
Yeah, bro, I'm my bad.
Situation where he has something going on with his baby mama as well, but that is a whole nother story. Something about taking a car and doing a GoFundMe. There's a video where she stepped on his foot real bad and he was holding it in and smiling. I didn't see that, but what I am going to say is, like the comment said that I had put up on the screen, DDG, if you have your proof, bring your proof to court as well, because Haley's proof is all in the exhibits, and that's all that we see at this particular point in time, because she's the one who filed for this restraining order. So we don't see his evidence, his proof. They are going to have to go to court for this. There is going to be a hearing for this. So I guess when the hearing comes is when we will see all of that. Now, let's get back to this piece in the restraining order where it talks about disturbing the peace, because disturbing the peace, as we are learning, is dealing with someone's mental and emotional calm. So now all of these people who are coming out as his friends, either clout chasing or thinking that they are helping, are actually making the situation worse, because Haley can now go into court and say he's not talking about it, but his friends are, his family are, and they're going online and they're talking about this, and this thing is still getting traction, and these people are still harassing me. She can go in court and still say all of these things, and that's going to mess him up. So his friends really need to zip it. His brother really needs to zip it, and DDG needs to keep it zipped, because they're not playing in this restraining order, okay? And being that they are on social media, that stuff gets around and goes around very, very quickly, okay? So that's what it is. Do not disturb her peace. This can also be done in a way as such by phone, over text, or online. Disturbing the peace includes I lost my, where was I? Coercive control. Okay, that's what it stands. And coercive control means a number of acts that unreasonably limit the free will and individual rights of any person protected by this restraining order. Examples include soliciting them from friends, relatives, or other support, keeping them from food or basic needs, controlling or keeping track of them, including their movements, contacts, actions, money, or access to services, and making them do something by force, threat, or intimidation, including threats based on actual or suspected immigration status, blah, 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 blah. But we know that that does not pertain to her. Okay, so there is a no contact order that is granted as well. It says you must not contact the person in 1 and 3, which is Haley and Halo. So he can't talk to them at all. Stay away from order is granted for the person, for Haley and baby Halo. Order to move out not requested. Okay, denied until the hearing. So they have to wait for the hearing for some of these things to come up. But custody visitation, child custody visitation granted as follows. And it says child custody order it's checked off, but we don't have any details on that at this point in time. There's no protection of animals, no property. Healthcare insurance is not requested. Record communications is granted. The person in 1 may record communications made by the person in 2 that violate this order. So because in California it is a one-person consent, two-party consent, that means that you can't record somebody without their knowledge. As where states like New York, such and such, it's a one-party consent, which means that if I'm on the phone with you and I decide to record it, it's okay because I'm the one consenting to it. As we're in California, both parties have to consent. Well, now this judge placed into this order that there can be a one-party consent because the judge is giving Haley permission to record any communications that she has with DDG. Property restraining order was not requested. Okay. The person in 1 and 2 must not transfer or borrow against any property, pay debts on property. They don't have any of that, right? Orders that may be made at the hearing: child support, spousal support, lawyers, expenses caused by abuse, batterer intervention program, transfer of wireless phone accounts. Okay. There was something in here that caught my eye though, and all right. Halle Bailey. Da, 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 da. Let's go. Because all right. So in here, in this order, right? For she's not requesting at this time, it's not monitored or supervised visitations. And in fact, there is no unmonitored supervised visitations either. But what they're going to have to do is do a visitation schedule for the person in 2. So DDG has to fill this out, and it has to be a schedule as to the person who brings the child to and from the visit and the location of the drop off and pickup. There has to be days and times that have to be filled in, and this schedule is to be followed. Once it's filled out, then you're going to have to submit that to the courts, and that is going to become what it is. So Haley is going to get those scheduled visits. However, it also says that there is a risk that the person in 2 might take the child, well, it says children, without permission, because the person in 2, and it doesn't have anything checked off. However, it does say has a history of abusing person in 1, taking the child without permission, and not cooperating with person in 1 in parenting. So here's what the court is saying: do not move without written permission of the other parent or court order. So DDG must not move with Halo outside of the country, California, or the United States without the written permission from the other parent or the court. Okay. The person in 2, turn in and do not apply for passports or other important documents. He has to turn in his passport. You guys, this just got serious. So it says that DDG cannot apply for a passport or other documents that can be used for travel, like visas and birth certificates, and he must turn in the following documents. But it doesn't say what documents, but it does say that he has to turn in those types of documents. Okay, he has to provide a travel plan and documentation. So he has to give Haley, before traveling with Halo, he has to give Halo's travel schedule, copies of round trip airplane tickets, okay, addresses and telephone numbers to where Halo can be reached, and an open airline ticket for Haley in case the child is not returned. Okay, let me check my sound. Let me see what's going on here, because you guys are saying I'm going in and out. I don't understand why I'm going in and out. Okay. Can you hear me better now? Hello? Hello. Can y'all hear me better now? Am I still going in and out, or can you guys hear me? Hankin, what's popping? Hey, Sherm. Hey, everybody. Okay, so Henny Glasses in the chat if y'all need me. I don't know why it's choppy. Some of y'all are saying y'all can hear me. Now I have someone saying that they can't hear. My mic plug is plugged in. There's nothing. Okay, they said still the same. It's good on my end. It sounds good. It's working now, in and out. I don't. Okay, so do y'all need me to go over this again? Haley, what it is. So Haley is not abusing person in one, the person in two, but it doesn't say what documents, but it does say they have. I'm checking the sound. Let me see what's going on. Okay, addresses and telephone numbers to where Halo's travel. Hello? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Still going in and out. Can you guys hear me? Now it sounds like it's too loud for me. I don't like it. Hankin, what's popping? Hey, Sean. Hey, everybody. I don't like my mic to be too loud. Yeah, it's loud. That's what I'm saying. I don't like when it's loud like that. Okay, let's see. I think that's good. It sounded good. I'm trying to make sure that it sounds good. I had adjusted this perfectly. I think that's good. Okay, that's too loud. That's too loud. That's too. I think that's. No, I think this is good right here. I don't know. Y'all tell me, is that good right there, or is that too loud? Because I'm not gonna see it right away because there's a delay for me. That's too loud. That's too loud. That's too. I think that's here. I don't know. Y'all tell me, is that good right there? Or is that too loud? Okay. So now let me go back in. Do you guys need me to repeat this part right here? All right. So let me go back and let me talk about what we was talking about just now. So basically, he has to turn over his passport. He has to tell Haley, what the travel schedule is going to be. Has to send her copies of the round trip tickets. Okay. Has to give addresses and telephone numbers to where Halo is going to be. And DDG has to book an open ticket. It doesn't say it has to be round trip, but there has to be an open ticket that gets booked. If he plans on going out the state or out the country with Halo, that's what he's going to have to do. And I feel like, dang, like, honestly, I feel like that's too much, but it. All right, let me just say this. If this is about control, Haley has complete and total control right now. She has control over everything. She is getting ready to go out of the country for 2 months, and there is no order for her to have to do all of this stuff for him. But he has to do all of this stuff for her. And this is where I feel like sometimes these courts, they are not just. Okay. I feel like if it's good for one, it should be good for both. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, Henny, no, that's it. No, think about it. If he has to give, we have never seen or heard any rumors of him coming and kidnapping the baby and disappearing. We haven't heard anything of him holding the baby hostage and not giving her back the child. We haven't heard that type of stuff as being a pattern of behavior for him. What we have heard is he does not want to put a schedule into place. He does not want to abide by her putting a schedule into place. We've heard all of that, but I don't think that it should be just one-sided. I think that he has a right to have some of these stipulations for him as well. If y'all are gonna, that should just be, first of all, this shouldn't even be in a court order. Now, I'll say having an open ticket for the other parent. So I'm booking a trip for me and my kid, and I gotta have an open ticket for this other parent. When I'm booking a round trip, you're making me send copies of the round trip ticket. Okay, fine. I'll send the copies of the round trip ticket, but I gotta book a flight for them as well in case I don't bring the child back. So what happens to my money When I bring the child back, do I get reimbursed? Do I now have to upgrade and pay for these more expensive tickets just so that I could be able to refund that ticket or change that ticket to book another flight to go someplace else? And why isn't it both parties? She's getting ready to go out of the country to Italy. Well, then again, hold on. You're talking too fast, Henny, because you're talking as if this isn't a situation that is involving DV. This is a situation involving DV, so the rules are a bit different. So with her having a protective order, guess what that means? A protective order means that he can't have that information. He's not entitled to that information to her. So this is where it gets a little sticky, but I just feel like that was a bit much. Like, because when you have an order of protection, the victim in the order, their address, their telephone numbers, their locations, if they ask for it to be anonymous, it will be left anonymous for stalking reasons and those types of things. For a second, I kind of got caught up and forgot that we're talking about a DV situation. The rules are different. The rules are different when it's DV. The rules are different. I will say that, because the intention of this is to protect. So let me come over here. Let me see what some of y'all are talking about. I completely agree. He can make requests too. He hasn't so far. He hasn't gone to court. So right now, the reason why the ball is all in her favor is because she's the one that filed for the petition. And she also did a declaration and submitted evidence that backs up what it is that she's alleging in her declaration. So right now, she has all the control, all the power, so to speak, when it comes down to this case and the way that things are moving. They're moving more so off of what she submitted versus what he has. And then once they have the hearing, that's when he'll be able to submit his evidence, if any. He'll be able to give his version of events. He'll be able to speak and request the things that he would like into play when it comes down to the child as well. And so right now, this is all we're getting. It's basically, we're just getting her side. When he goes to court, he is rich. He complained about her preventing him from seeing the child, but didn't take her to court. He instead went to social media. Haley fed up with his behavior. And I agree with that. He could have gone to court. He could have sought visitation. He could have taken these steps to be able to see his son. He could have got joint custody and all types of things put into play. But now Haley has the ball. She has the ball. Henny, do we know if he's made any attempts to be proactive in getting the baby on a continuous basis? Haley has to work. According to what she's saying, he does not. He just pops up when he wants to, randomly at will. It should still be boundaries. And if they can't agree on that, then more actions is necessary. This is true, but it sounds like she's trying to do something similar as he did when he sent his mother to her and told her she had to pay for his mother's return. Interesting point. Very good point, Infinite, because that is what happened with the mother situation. And I'm hoping that this isn't a matter of petty tit for tat, because that would be a damn shame if it was. It's a shame they couldn't work things out with visitation for the child outside of the courtroom. I agree with you, Sherm. Good morning. Tay says, right, he's on the internet instead of the lawyer's office so far. Right. And that looks bad. That looks very bad. Okay. You will never hear Haley talking about that because she does not bring her business online. Haley is also a different type of celebrity. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Halle Bailey is an A-list celebrity. I wouldn't go as far as to say DDG is a D-list celebrity, but he is not an A, B, or C-list celebrity. I will say that. He is known. He is also not really recognized as a rapper. He's more so recognized as a streamer, because that's what he does more so than anything else. And that's no offense to him or his fan base or any of that. But we know DDG to stream now. Like, I haven't heard his music, honestly, I don't know anything about DDG's music anyway. I just know about Moonwalking in the Calabasas because that I like that song. Other than that, I don't really know of his music like that. But she's at a different caliber. And most A-list celebrities do not get on here and air out their personal business in this manner. And when they do, we clutch our pearls because we know that if they're up here airing this out, oh, it's serious. Okay. We don't see that happening. It's not common. So she's not going to do that. Okay, so the fact that he's doing it, it looks bad in his favor. It's frowned upon because now it's also, even though people are saying that he's tarnishing his relationship, his career, this, that, and the third, it's also putting a stain on hers as well to a degree. But because she did go and file this, and because it is a domestic violence dispute, and because it is something that is going back and forth, and let me tell you something, let's be very clear. Let's not act like the Hollywood elites were happy with Halle Bailey being with DDG. A lot of people felt like, oh, he was beneath her. I'm not saying this. This is what they were saying, and I'm just repeating it, okay? This is what they said. Henny didn't say, Henny repeated. There is a difference. They felt he was beneath her, and a lot of people did not like seeing her with him. They felt like she was too much of a class act for him and that he was bringing her down. I don't agree with that because even while she was with him, she still managed to get The Little Mermaid, and that did phenomenally well. Okay. She's still booked and busy in movies. She did, what did she do? She did The Color Purple as well, if I'm not mistaken. So she, it didn't really tarnish her. Now, is it frowned upon that she was dealing with him? More than likely. But now DDG has to go about this in a totally different manner. He can't go about this situation the way that he's been going about it in the past with jumping on a stream and tarnishing and bashing. And he can't do all of that. He has to watch what he does because everything is underneath the microscope right now for him. And his friends and his family, like I said earlier, they really need to hush because they're going to mess around and they're going to get him in more trouble than what he thought he was going to get in the first place. Okay. Because he's not supposed to be disturbing her peace. And right now, Baby Rich, Deshae, and Dub, that can be considered disturbing her peace. So you better hope that she doesn't go into court and show evidence to the judge that you guys was on here yipping and yapping and running your mouths. Okay. Because if she does that, he's in trouble.